Hello everyone and welcome back. I have my first grocery haul for September here, September 2025. If you're new, we live in Ontario, Canada. We're a family of two, and for the past month, the month of August, I was doing $50 a week on groceries, except for if you saw my little Kraft and PC Optimum haul. That was a lot of like packaged foods, but they were great deals. If you want to watch that video, it was my last one. But besides that, one little week, we're doing $50 a week in August, and I'm doing $50 a week in September because we have a lot of food on hand that we want to use up, and I don't want to be stocking up too much, especially on some of the fresh food, so that we're actually using it all up. And fun stuff, my garden, it has been producing a bunch of food over the summer. I've processed and frozen broccoli. I've processed and frozen a bunch of carrots. We had lettuce all of early summer. I'm starting to get quite a bit of tomatoes. I'm making a lot of pasta sauce, freezing them whole to make sauces and chilies later, as well as some tomato paste, etc. So we're getting lots out of the garden. I just pulled up all my potatoes yesterday, so lots of good stuff there. I'm very fortunate. We live on a farm, so we have lots of property. We had the tools to be able to make a garden plot for no money, basically. Just kind of like turn up the dirt with a rototiller. And then I planted about $5 worth of seeds. I bought them at the dollar store for 33 cents a pack, and then used some old potatoes, cut them up to grow potatoes, and we got a bunch of food. So super fortunate that we had the opportunity to do that. But I'll get right into it and show you what we got. All of this totaled $47 and about 80 cents. So we're under on the $50 limit for the week. And I'll tell you, and I did redeem $10 in Scene points, but I'm not counting this, like it wasn't $57, it was $47, but I only spent $37 out of my pocketbook, but I'm counting as 47 because I spent money to get those Scene points in the last couple of grocery hauls. But anyways, out of my garden, I have way more tomatoes than this, but these are probably the ones we're going to use this week. The rest are all in the windowsill, turning red, or in the fridge, waiting to be made into sauce once I have enough. These potatoes all came out of my garden. This is probably 10 to 15 times this amount of potatoes. I'm going to use a couple of these today, and then the rest, I have another basket or so full we're going to give away to family just so that they can use them. And then I made all of yesterday. I spent washing, chopping fries, French fries, and like home fry sized potatoes. I blanched them, so parboiled them, and then like blanched them in cold water, and then froze them, dried them and froze them so that we'll have homegrown potato French fries and hash browns for part of the winter. I didn't get an insane amount of potatoes, but it was still a good probably 20 to 30 pounds of potatoes. These onions I got at Giant Tiger were $1.47. So where the carrots were $1.47 for a 2-pound bag, and then the celery was also $1.47 for a big stalk of celery. Actually, sorry, I think these were $1.44 and this one was $1.47. This celery stalk is huge. Like, it's gonna last me a while. I might have to chop it up and freeze it as well, but great deal on the produce there. The cheese was also a great deal at Giant Tiger. It was $4.44 for the Black Diamond 400-gram brick. So I got one marble and one old cheddar. We've been really enjoying shredding these up, and we just find it tastes better. If you read the ingredient labels on cheese, like pre-shredded cheese, there's a bunch of additives to keep the cheese from going bad, and it kind of almost tastes like there's either cornstarch or flour on the cheese. So grating it up yourself is definitely better for you. So that's what we've been doing, and it makes us eat less because we don't add cheese to absolutely everything anymore, only when we really want it in a meal. I got this Primo traditional pizza squeeze bottle. I was gonna get the can, but this one's just pretty convenient because I do like to add it to cottage cheese pizza bowls sometimes. And there's, like, I read the ingredient label, this one compared to the other one, and they're pretty much exactly the same. I might have to make my own pizza sauce in the coming days, but I did need that for this week. I got this heavy whipping cream. It was on sale Oh, the Primo was $1.97 for the pizza sauce. This one was on sale, I believe, for $3.98 for the 500 milliliter, or the 473 milliliter of heavy whipping cream. I've seen a bunch of recipes where you can make your own coffee creamer at home using this and then adding like I want to do a syrup, caramel syrup, or so sugar and water on the stove for a bit and then add this. I think it'll taste really good and just a little bit less additives. A lot of coffee creamers have vegetable oil in it, which I find odd. So looking forward to trying that out. So I got that because it was a good deal, and I'm almost out of coffee creamer. This Classical Alfredo, me and my partner really like. It was $3.27 at Giant Tiger as well. So just got that because I believe we just used our last Alfredo sauce. Oh, sorry. This I got at Freshco. It's the Stubbs Original barbecue sauce. It says the label says high in sodium, but basically looking here, like, I guess it's pretty high, 250 milligrams for 2 tablespoons. But I got it because the sugar was pretty low for barbecue sauce. Like 5 grams of sugar, still a lot, but for 2 tablespoons, most other barbecue sauces are double or triple that. So I want to try it out, see if it's good. And it was also $2.99, so a good price. And I'm not too worried about the sodium. I drink tons of water and we're very active. So as long as you drink your water and are active, sodium shouldn't be too big of an issue for you. And I like that it's in a glass jar. So basically, I wanted to try that because I don't make my own barbecue sauce, maybe one day. But that was at Freshco. These two were also Giant Tiger. They went on sale for $3.47 for the thick and chunky Old El Paso salsa. We really like this one. We just like the flavor. There's no cilantro in it because we don't like cilantro. And I get the mild because my boyfriend doesn't like spicy food too much. And then sometimes I just add hot sauce to my tacos or my salsa just to give it that little kick because I like it. But these were, $3.47, and they're dated into 2027, so they'll last us a long time. In my brain, I was like, oh, I could get 4, and then we'd be good for probably close to a year, but I don't need to do that. I know this sale comes around quite often at Giant Tiger. I see it every couple months, so no need to do that. 2 will be good. We do go through salsa pretty quickly, though. So this was all from Giant Tiger except for the barbecue sauce. And then at Freshco, I also got this bacon, the Carver's Choice. I've had hit and miss with this brand of bacon. Sometimes it's like, it looks like it's all fat, and then other times it's like a good product. But I basically dug through the bin, flipped them over, made sure at least I could see a good amount of meat, like bacon meat there, and not just all fat, even though I do use the fat for cooking as well. But yeah, so these 3 looked good. They were $3 each for the 375 gram pack, so giving them another chance for this bacon. And then lastly, I got another 4-liter bag of the Seal Test 2% milk. The Seal Test is my boyfriend's favorite. I don't know how, there's a different taste for milk, but he drinks this. I don't drink milk really at all, unless it's like once in a blue moon I'll have chocolate milk, or I'll add it into pancakes or something. But yes, that is everything. The milk was $6.25. It's always $6.25 for a 2-liter bag of milk, or a 4-liter bag of milk, unless it goes on super special. But that's everything. I shopped at 3 stores. The Giant Tiger and the Freshco are right beside each other, so it's really, like, I park in between the 2. I don't even move my car. So, and I walk back and forth, and it's not a big deal. And then the Sobeys, I had an errand to run yesterday, so I picked that one up because the Sobeys was right beside the store. Otherwise, I would have gotten it at Freshco. But we were almost out. I thought we might be out for this morning, but we ended up being okay. But anyways, that's all I got. Really happy with the garden this year. It's doing wonderfully. And then, yeah, it's currently fall in Ontario, and I always find onions and carrots and celery typically go on sale. Like, usually I can find them for under $1 for 2 to 3 pounds of carrots, onions, and sometimes celery. So definitely be checking your flyers and grabbing what you can use when it goes on sale. Onions are really good. You can chop them up, If your eyes can take it, you can chop them up and freeze them. You don't even need to cook them really, especially because if you freeze them, you're probably just going to be putting them into a soup or into something you're cooking. So that's a good way to keep onions longer if you don't go through them all before they go bad. And then, yeah, carrots last forever in the fridge. Celery, if you chop it up, put it in water, it lasts forever in the fridge as well, like up to, I've seen like almost 2 months for myself. So this is all. Hopefully you all have found some good grocery deals this week and are able to feed your family for less, because it seems like everything's in life's really expensive, but this is something that we can control. I will see you next week with my next $50 grocery haul. Bye.